Okay, so we are back with another reaction video, man. This time we're going to be doing Mac Miller Circles. It's finally here. 48-minute song. I did do a reaction to Good News. I will put the link down below in the description so you guys can check it out. Like I said previously, I was actually a bit worried when it came to these type of releases when they're posthumous albums, that I don't want like music labels to actually take an advantage. But the good thing when it comes to this one, as somebody else pointed out on my previous video, is that the family is aware of this project when it comes to Mac Miller actually wanting it to be released, because it was pretty much finished from what I'm understanding. So I'm actually very happy that's actually the case when it comes to this project, because I would never want to see an artist album be put out not the way the person wanted it to be, the way it was intended to actually sound overall. So I'm actually glad the family was heavily involved when it comes to this. Mac Miller Circles right here. The first track is going to be Circles. Let's get right to it, bruh.
Stumbling around, you've been guessing your direction, except you can see it all. Not keep it safe, I can keep it safe. Don't you put any more stress on yourself, it's one day at a time. Like the ends, I keep counting the time, drawing circles.
Okay, so I like how he says, you're feeling sorry, I'm feeling found. To not put any more stress on yourself, it's one day at a time. This is a very, very slow track. In a way, it actually has similar type of vibes to some parts of certain tracks on Swimming, but that's to be expected at the same time, because from what I understand, this actually has a tie into the previous project. But I actually like the start right here. And to be honest, like the photograph right here does represent pretty good the first track in a way, like the feeling it's gonna get you. This black and white cover right here for the project. Complicated, it's gonna be the next track. 3 minutes and 52 seconds long. Not a bad start, in my opinion.
Outside is cloudy, but I like that better. That's way too long, I'll just get through the day. Gotta be so complicated. And all I wanna do is look, but I can't see, baby.
I like this instrumental a lot. Wow, so I actually like this instrumental a lot. He pretty much talks about how a lot of people think about living forever. Mac Miller on the other end actually wants to take it day by day, because you can definitely tell what he's trying to actually give us with this track is talking about how he's had a lot of tough situations. He feels like there's so many complications to the point that he's too young to be getting this old with all these situations revolving around his life. He feels like he has to pretty much mature at a very, very fast rate. So it's really another good track right here. Let's get to Blue World. Let's see how it's gonna be with this track.
Man, world made me crazy. Might just turn around to 180. I was in the city, they was talking that shit. Reality so hard to find. When it's done, I'm trying to call your line. That's it, that's the flesh, just a bit. Let me talk my shit, don't trip. We don't got that rent, don't trip.
I've always liked the way Mac Miller sounds on the track. I like his vocals, the way he actually flows when it comes to his rapping. I did enjoy this track. It was actually a faster pace compared to the first two tracks. Blue World was that one, the third one. I did do Good News. I found the video to be a very, very good visual when it came to just showing Mac Miller like that with the other different type of elements. A very colorful video. And it was actually good to see Mac at the end very happy. Let's see what actually happens over here with I Can't See.
Practical jokes, planted of mirrors and smoke, then I fade away in. I'm looking for balance, I'm in an oasis. Well, this
This sounds beautiful right here. This sounds beautiful, bro.
that's just the way it goes. Your God don't wait for no one. No one.
He said your God don't wait for no one. Damn. That's a tough line right there. Damn, this track gives me chills, bro. I fucking love that track right there. That track gave me chills for sure. Inevitable, bro. That track was amazing. Probably my favorite one so far. Hold up. Yeah, I don't know why Spotify always wants to play another track when I'm speaking, but definitely my favorite one so far. That was a really, really good track. The instrumental right there, the sounds were amazing. You just felt like it was an experience. Like you could actually visualize the entire thing just based off the sounds. And then when it comes to what Mac Miller pretty much talks about, it's like that was a different type of experience compared to the other tracks, which are actually really, really good. That was probably my favorite track so far. Great track.
Everybody got a rhythm. Harmonica, guitar, step around. It's never. And I took a look at my baby. Everybody gonna try to have a good time.
Mac Miller is great at transmitting emotions, man, because these tracks, I'm actually really, really glad that I'm getting to listen to this album and that the family actually wanted to release this, and they actually were a part of it as well. Like that the genuine concern was there from the music label as well. Like once again, previously, I don't really trust music labels when it comes to these type of projects, but I'm really, really glad that when it comes to this situation right here, we actually got some very, very good music right here for sure. Everybody was good. Now we're gonna go to Woods. 12 tracks. This is the 7th track.
I might just fade like those before me. When you lead away, go. Can I come? Can I get enough? And you don't know you should go. You just looking for someone to make you more bold. You respect the soul so close, broken.
He says in his track, blindfolded till we hit a wall. He also says he's never going through the motions. Also similar to like on the previous track where he mentioned he's trying to go day by day instead of actually thinking about it the other way people look at it, like they're trying to live life forever to the point where they're actually not in the present. But it's another good track when it comes to the instrumentals. When it comes to the instrumentals, I feel like it's actually that consistency when it comes to the laid back, chill type of beat. But in some parts, like on this track and maybe like on I Can See as well, you get more of a bounce. And I just think we're seeing a nice blend once again of vocals and rapping, like we've seen Mac Miller previously do with his other projects. Hand Me Downs. Interesting name.
I made it right once I built it, I break it. Was no, you get used to the bullshit. Screws they go missing. Turn these jeans into hand me down. Now I'm just being honest, my conscience ain't doing bad. I do not lie, those facts may seem a little far-fetched. I move carelessly, that's why I'm always tripping. Down, down, down.
These beats are so good, bro. I like the combination right here between Mac Miller, his vocals, and the features vocals. It doesn't say right here the name of the person, but I did enjoy his vocals on this track. Maybe I have heard of him previously, but Spotify for some reason never shows the features. Actually, many of the times, sometimes it wants to, sometimes it doesn't. It's interesting the way it's actually titled because Hand Me Downs, it's like you're handing me bad moments. I don't know why does it feel like that when it comes to the title, but when it comes to the track, he does say he just wishes he had somebody to keep him sane. He says that he's just looking for somebody with reason and that he's been feeling strange, to be honest, but he's trying to keep it together. This song had more of a guitar-based instrumental, more of an acoustic type of feel. The song pretty much is him putting the blame on himself, acknowledging that it's all his fault. That's my fault, that's on me, as the hook says. There's a lot of strong emotions when it comes to this project. And again, it just goes to show that even when you have instrumentals that are slow and laid back and that you could kind of, I don't like using every single time the term lo-fi because I know it doesn't apply all the time, but when it's around that realm, even though it's like that, and even in the sense of his voice, he still actually transmits a lot of emotion that is very, very powerful. More bounce to this track right here too. A bit of a more vivid beat compared to the other tracks, even though he still talks about how he's upset of things that haven't even happened yet. But he actually does sound a bit more vivid himself by certain parts on this song, that it's actually much more of a loose and more vivid track compared to the other ones that might have taken themselves much more seriously. Just the way he says, I think it's over here.
Call me what you want, she call me daddy, got a knack for getting nasty.
Let's see how Surf is.
I dream of this moment before it's all over. I promise we'll figure it out. There's water in the flowers, let's grow. Sometimes I get lonely, not when I'm alone. I have to do it, get up and go.
I just like the way he says, there's water in the flowers, let's grow. He's had honestly a very, very soothing voice right here. He's had that previously when it comes to projects, but I just like the way, specifically on Surf, his voice, when it got to higher tones, maybe you could say it's a falsetto. When it got to that, it was actually very smooth and a very, very enjoyable listen. Man, I feel like this was definitely worth it, that it definitely was released. I'm just glad that actually the family had a say in it, and that they were actually wanting this to be released because they were aware of how good it was going to be and how fans would enjoy it. And that's honestly the most important thing, that actually fans enjoy the music when they listen to it. And that actually, no, I take that back. The most important thing is that the album that's being released is fine with, it's definitely the finishing product that the artist wanted. And there was probably definitely some tweaks here and there after the unfortunate passing that producers had to do that weren't obviously made beforehand. But what I mean is, like, the essence of the project was finished as it was intended to. That's like the most important thing to me when it comes to an artist and his music. And then I would say, like, the second thing would be like just that the fans are aware of what they're enjoying, and that it's actually something that was meaningful for the artist, that was actually the art itself meaningful. Like, it's not something a music label is just trying to benefit from.
Everybody keep rushing, waiting for another open door. It's keeping you wet, I think you're getting it now, but I can't find a single word.
I really enjoy this project, man. I hope Mac Miller fans enjoy it a lot. I hope they're enjoying it. I'm glad the family actually released this, that the music label released this. It's a really, really good project. I actually did enjoy it a lot. I'm definitely going to be replaying I Can See in my car many, many times. I enjoyed that track way too much. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Subscribe for some other videos. Subscribe for some other reactions, piano covers, and dance freestyles. Mac Miller. This most likely, I think it is, like, the last project they have of him. It was definitely worth the listen. 48 minutes of actual good tracks that you can feel are intended to be released. And honestly, once again, there's nothing else I could say, to be honest. I just hope, I know the family has to be going through a lot of tough situations still. Like, the emotions when they probably listen to this still have to be very heavy. So prayers to the family. There's not much I can say than just rest in peace to Mac Miller, and prayers to the family once again. That's about it, man. I'm out, my guy. Take care.